Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Prizepicks video. This one we're talking about the MLB for Thursday, July 25th. In the video, we have 4 picks for you guys to consider, so stay tuned to hear all 4 of the picks. Also, this MLB season, we're partnered with Prop Projections. They put out projection spreadsheets for the MLB. It looks like this. They have the Prizepicks line with their projection and the top ones to hit based on the projection. So commonly they'll have between 100 and 300 projections, and each spreadsheet is just $1 to get access to, and these are fully customizable. So I'm in a customizable one. I put in my own projection here of 2.8, which you can do as well if you just make a copy of their projection. So pretty awesome tool that I like using to input my own projections, but I found that their projections have been pretty spot on for the MLB season. So check them out down below. It'll also be the pinned comment. You could join up free on their Patreon. They usually send out one free per week. I know they just sent it out on Tuesday. Or if you want to get access, you can join for as little as $1, get access to the projection spreadsheet for tomorrow. You can also set a monthly limit of how many you want to pay for per month, and you can change this at any time. So definitely give them a follow for free. You'll get access to one of their projection spreadsheets free per week, but then also you can sign up for just $1 per projection spreadsheet. I think it's definitely a cool tool, especially because you can input your own projections in there. But let's get into this one. We're not going to talk about the early games. We're going to have some of the later games in this one because there were a lot of early games. So the first one I'm going to go to is going to be a hitter stack for the Dodgers Giants. This is a game starting in the afternoon, but then we're going to have some later picks. So stay tuned for the later picks if you're watching this after the Giants Dodgers already started. But we're going to go to hitter stack here. We're going to go to Ohtani on his bases at 1.5, and then we're also going to go to Freddie Freeman on his hitter fantasy score over at 7.5. So we're definitely liking this stack here against the Giants. I think these lines look pretty low for the opponent they're facing. Both these hitters have done pretty well against the Giants for their career. Freeman actually has done really well against the Giants, so I am liking this stack here. If we look at their last game, yesterday, Ohtani hitting leadoff went 0 for 4, then Freeman coming up third. So we're hoping Ohtani gets the total bases here, 1.5, and then Freeman can come up 2 spots behind him, hit him in for the RBI to help him get that fantasy score. So that's how our hitter stack is hopefully going to work for this game. We can take a look at these guys over on Outlier over here. We can see that Freeman has been hitting extremely well all season. For some reason, the fantasy score actually isn't up on Outlier yet, but we're going to over on 7.5 fantasy score. We could see here Freeman against Logan Webb in his career is hitting 412, 34 at-bats, good sample size here, hitting 412 against him with 5 RBIs, so definitely a good one to target here for Freeman against Logan Webb in this matchup. Definitely liking it here for him. Obviously hitting 412, an insane average. We can't look at the fantasy score like I mentioned here, but on the season, over 1.5 hit run RBI, 58% hit rate. You can't look at toggles here against right-handed pitchers. This jumps up to a 64% hit rate. So absolutely has been owning right-handed pitchers this year, and we're liking him in this spot. Coming up behind Ohtani, who we can also look at here. Ohtani, 9 at-bats against Logan Webb. If we click on him, 3 for 9 against him. We can look at the total bases here, over at 1.5, something he's hit 56% of the time this season. For him against right-handers, it's a 60% hit rate on the season, and his last 6 starts against right-handed pitchers, he's gone over this total base amount as well. So we're definitely liking this hitter stack. Ohtani coming up first here, Freeman coming up third. Ohtani going to get some hits, get on base, and then Freeman come up behind him, get the RBI for the fantasy score to help both these guys out in the stack. So really liking this hitter stack here to start this one out. And then we're going to go to Severino here, under on his strikeouts against Atlanta Braves. The Braves have been striking out a ton this year, but Severino, not a big strikeout guy, and on the season just hasn't been hitting this one. So we're liking him to go under in this game. If we look at Severino over on Outlier, under on 5.5 is a 68% hit rate so far this season. I mean, he hit it in the first 2 games. Since then, he's gone under this in 13 of 17 games. So coming off a game with 7 here, which is why I think this line is up at 5.5, but definitely was struggling the 3 games before that. And then a major outlier here where he got 10 strikeouts. Also, what I like about this one is the sports books have it as the Atlanta Braves being a pretty big favorite in this game. So Severino, if he gets down early, gets rocked a little, giving up some hits, some walks, some runs. May not see 6 innings like he has been seeing in his past 7 starts. He's seen at least 6. Earlier in the season, he was commonly seeing below 6. So if he is getting rocked a little early, I do think he could get pulled. Also, strikeouts per 9 less than 7 for Severino, which is pretty poor as well for a guy looking to get 6 strikeouts in a game. It's going to be pretty far under a strikeout per inning for Severino. He'll have to go more than 7 innings on his average to get that strikeout total at 6 here, but Atlanta does strike out a good amount. Another reason why I'm liking this one is if we come over to OddsJam, they do have a free trial as well. They show you the best value picks, and looking at Severino under on 5.5, they're really liking. It's -130 on DraftKings, -133 on Pinnacle. So all 4 of these sports books have it at -130 or better, and that really shows a strong indication that they think it's going to go under here versus like Prizepicks where it's kind of like a 50-50 site here. We do like to take these that are favorites on sports books as well, so liking it for that reason too. And then for the next one, we're going to Anthony Rendon. This is a high projected total game. It's at 9 flat here with the Angels being pretty big favorites. So high run total. Angels are the favorites. Rendon hasn't played that much this season, but I think he can get back into the groove against Oakland in a nice matchup here. But we've seen him have limited at-bats. If we look at him on outliers so far, we can see the over on this one is just 33%. He was out for a long while, so in his first, looks like 8 or 9 games here, he didn't hit this one, but that was back in March and April. Now he's been coming back from injury, has been playing a little better. We could see in the last 20 games, it's a 9 of 20 hit rate for Rendon, and then we can also look back at just last season, and it was a 49% hit rate. Also this season, it is a 33% hit rate, but home games hitting a little better, 36%. And then you can also filter by right-handed pitchers, 37%. So better at home and against right-handed pitchers. And then I'm commonly coming over to OddsJam to see if these are good value picks as well, based on what other sportsbooks have them. So you can see here, Rendon, on the over, it is -130 on DraftKings, -130 on MGN. You can see right here the under, it's going to be like +100. So definitely getting some good value as well on this one in a high-scoring game. Rendon, I think, coming back from the injury, has been playing better. We saw it last year. This was about a 50% hit rate as well, and a good matchup. So liking this one. If you guys want to get these projection spreadsheets for the MLB, just $1 per spreadsheet. You can check it out. They have between 100 and 300 projections. Their projections have been good, but they're also customizable here. You can see I put in for this spreadsheet my own projections to get the top winning percentages here. So really cool that you can customize by just making a copy of the spreadsheet to come up with your own projections. Definitely follow them on Patreon for free. They will send out a free projection spreadsheet about once per week. Or if you want to get access to the one today, you could join for just $1 per spreadsheet here, and you can even just commit $1 per month to get one spreadsheet every month, or you could set how many spreadsheets you want to get per month. If you're planning on, just playing 3 or 4 times per week, you can get the spreadsheets just on the days you're playing. So definitely check them out with the pinned comment down below. Also, if you're interested in it and want to hear more information, I made a video about their partnership with Prop Projections and how it can be used, so check that out here on the end screen. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and subscribe to the channel.